When they said, oh, we're going back to Nemo to make it into 3D, I was like, okay, and just ready to add it to the schedule and just sit down and watch that, and expected the same amount of difference. What shocked me was that within about 10 shots, it was like I had never seen a 3D movie before. It felt like I was more underwater. It didn't feel like the movie had been made 3D. It just felt like I was underwater more. I don't know how else to put it. It makes the moments that are scarier. It makes the moments that are beautiful more beautiful. It makes the moments that are sort of entertaining and tense. It just amplifies everything because you just believe you're that much more in it. There are some scenes that just took my breath away, even though I started to get used to the 3D. And when we were on the school ride with Nemo and sort of seeing the world through his eyes about how beautiful it is, that, again, it plays so much with depth, not just looking out, but looking down and looking up and rushing through it all on a ride. And that was amazing. I think the scene that probably was more than anything else a breathtaker was the jellyfish scene, because, again, that on its own, before we ever got into 3D, was about depth. It was about filling it with endless layers of jellyfish that just seemed to go on forever. So it seemed like this formidable obstacle. How are you going to get out of this forest that you just can't see a way out? It's an invisible maze. And this just accentuated it to a whole new level. I gotta admit, that's probably selfishly the biggest thrill out of the whole idea of it going 3D. Is not only is it an added sensory look and plus to the film that nobody's experienced, but it's an excuse to get a whole bunch of kids, a whole new generation of kids, to see it in the theater like it was originally seen. I mean, every filmmaker, I think, would love to have their films rediscovered in the same way that they were presented in the first place, which is always, for me, the nostalgia of being in a big, big, big movie theater with the community of that audience all watching it collectively. You just, no matter how great your screening room is at home, you can never replicate that.